Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on EVRM, Ever Media Group Incorporated. Done this one a few times and wanted to get it updated as it's showing some life today. Got some requests on it, so I pulled up the chart and made sense in why I would have gotten requests on it for the day. If you look down here at the volume, you can see that this is the most volume it's had in looks like about 2 or 3 weeks. If you rule that day out there, it's been the most volume it's had in about a month and a half, and did get some nice price action. Unfortunately, it couldn't quite close up at the highs, but nonetheless, when you get candles that look like this, which you could call spinning tops, um, towards bottom, or when in downtrends like this, these are the sorts of candles you want to see. So I want to get the chart updated here and kind of go over what sorts of things you want to see, don't want to see, and so forth. The first thing that I noticed and want to point out is that I think kind of agenda number one should be making sure we don't repeat past history. And what do I mean by that? Well, if we take the chart to right here, you can see a very similar candle, very similar situation. Big volume, and then you got this spinning top candle. And then let's see what happened. So this was a potential bottom, and maybe this is one of the last times I did a video. I can't remember, but from there, nothing happened, and then we had the key thing happen, which really ruled things out. Was this low here was broken, and you had closes below it, so which signaled that this whole move was basically fake. There was nothing really behind it, and then you can see it went down to new lows and has since been consolidating, and now we are here once again at the same exact sort of situation. So the question becomes: is history going to repeat itself, or is it different this time? I wish I knew. I wish charts would tell me. All I know is, and all that a chart's going to show me here is that this has happened before, where you've had a spinning top candle, a nice volume, and the last time it happened, nothing happened afterwards. It just went down to lower lows. So the thing to keep our eyes on is, what's going to happen. And like the other time, what we don't want to see happen are any closes below, the low that it's formed so far, which is formed on the 13th of November at 0.019. And this is a key support level right now that we don't want to see fall, because if this falls and you get a close below it like it did over here, that's going to signal that this move was just fake and that the chart is going to be making a whole nother leg to the downside like it did here. So that's the first thing that we want to watch and monitor is simply this support level, in terms of not wanting to see anything fall below it. Now, in terms of the upside, what do we want to see break in terms of resistances? Well, the first resistance level that really needs to be broken, and it was above it broke it intraday but couldn't close above it, is this level right here. If you look back, you can see that there's a huge history of the price, bouncing off it as support, once again bouncing off it a bunch of times as support, but now it's acting as resistance. And this level is right at about 0.025. So that's this is the key level where a good start to any sort of bounce would be simply just getting a close above this resistance level. So let's say this level does get broken and you get closes above it. Then what? What are the next obstacles that need to be overcome to start to make this chart attractive again? Two things. The first being simply this high up here, that where it peaked out today. If you could get through that, that would be great. And what I'm going to do is make that a little skinnier, just because I don't think that'll be as tough of a resistance to really break and close above as, let's say, this one. The next key thing is going to be right here at this purple line, which is the 50-day simple moving average. This was a previous support, but now it has turned into resistance. So getting some closes above, this level here, where you get some closes, and then maybe a few days later getting some closes up there, that would really make for, as you can see, a nice little uptrend move there, and that would, I think, really start to bring the buyers and so forth back in. It would, definitely set off the stock scanners and trading radars, where people are looking for a nice place coming off the bottom showing life. So that's ideally what you would like to see. There's obviously other resistances above there, but one step at a time. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So let's just, for the time being, focus on getting through these three levels here that I've pointed out. Obviously, if the price keeps going up, it'd be great to see volume bars continue to increase and get bigger than the previous days. If it does go sideways, you want to see price drop off. But at the same time, looking back at the previous history, There was the big move here, and then volume did drop off like you would want to see it as it went sideways, but then it fell through that low, which is why you need to keep focused on this low right here, as that is the key one to make sure that things aren't falling apart on you and going down to make another leg to the downside. Overall, though, hopefully this will be a start to something new. But after seeing this previous instance here, that's always a possibility that maybe that'll happen again. But maybe this will be the real bottom and it'll start to shoot upwards. But the rest of this week will be interesting, and next week too, in terms of showing what sort of intention the bulls have after a day like this. So if you do have any other questions, please shoot me a message and I'll do my best to help you out. I'd also encourage you to check out bullmarketnewsletter.net. If you go there and sign up for the free newsletter, you'll get a free ebook, which has been getting very good reviews. And with your subscription to the newsletter, you'll get trade ideas, chart setups, educational pieces, all sorts of things from penny stocks up to big boards. So there's a good variety, something for everybody. And the best part is it's all free, so it's definitely worth at least checking out. One more time, this was EVRM. Thanks for listening.